We're going to stay with our money theme today, and we're going to talk about how to start a podcast, because you can earn money through your podcast as well. So stay with me. Welcome back. Thank you for listening or watching if you're watching this on YouTube. So today we're talking about how to start your own podcast. And this really goes along with if you want to do a YouTube channel, or if you'd rather be a blogger, any of the content you want to produce, just Facebook Lives, any of the content you can use what I'm going to suggest today with that, with the exception of where to host your podcast. That's not going to apply. But let's get down to why I chose podcasting. It's simple. I was doing a one funnel away challenge with Russell Brunson and ClickFunnels, and that's the first thing he said. It was day 1 or day 2. He said, you need to be producing content daily for a full year. He said, you'll not believe your business a year later if you do that. And he said, okay, how do you like to consume things? Do you like to watch videos? Do you like to read books? Do you like to, radio? How do you like to consume things? And then he got us to narrow it down to, okay, what do you feel most comfortable doing? Do you want to start your own YouTube channel? Do you want to, to do a blog? Do you think you can write every day? Do you think you can get onto a podcast every day? Well, it was a no-brainer for me because writing does not come easy for me. So I said, okay, blogging is definitely out. I did not want to do a YouTube channel, although I am now. But I did not want to be seen on camera. When I first started this, I said, okay, podcasting is what I want to do, because I don't want to have to worry about doing my hair and putting makeup on every day, what I'm wearing every day. I want to be able to just get on and talk, and that's it. And it was also attractive to me because of the way people consume it, because you can consume your podcast while you're doing other things. So it makes it more attractive for a larger audience, I think. Because you don't have to just stop and have 30 minutes free time. You can do it while you're exercising. You can do it while you're driving to work. You can do it while you're, waiting on a doctor's appointment. I mean, whatever you're doing, exercising, you're on a treadmill, you can still have, the podcast in your ears listening to the podcast. So that's why I chose podcasting. So the first thing you need to do is you need to decide what type of show you're going to have, or what your show is going to be about. Like I'm in network marketing, obviously, so I wanted to do something around network marketing. So that's why I did the MLM experiment. So I can just show different ways that you can, or different things you can try with your network marketing business that's going to help you succeed in different areas. So that's why I came up with the experiment, because I'm constantly running experiments on my business, and then I'm sharing with you the results. So once you decide what your show is going to be about, your topics, then you need to name your show. And you need to think about it. So you need to make sure that it's something that will stand the test of time, something that is kind of easy to understand, something that's catchy. But you don't want to be so catchy and so clever with your title that people don't really understand or don't get it. So you want to make sure people can, the MLM experiment, anybody can read that and say, okay, I know exactly what that's about. She's running different experiments on her network marketing business. So just think about that, and then when you go in, it'll tell you if your name is taken or not. And then the third thing that you need to do is, or you need to decide is, will your show be about interviews, or will you just be the host? You be the star every day. The easiest way to start is interviewing, because you don't have to come up with the content. You just have to find the people to be on your show, and then really you can ask them a variation of the same questions, because they're going to talk about different topics. So they're talking about what's interesting or what's currently going on in their business, what they've found or what they've discovered and how it's helping their business, and they're going to share it with your audience. And you can do both. And you can change. I started out as strictly just me, the host, just me doing podcasts, but I'm gradually starting to do more interviews. Well, that's the goal. I've only done one at this point, but I just haven't had time to really dig in to find people to be on the show. So I'm still the one-woman show here, so it's hard to get everything done in a week and then find people to be on my show as well. So, and you can do both. Like I'm going to do both. I'm going to continue to be the host on a lot of them where it's just me talking to you about what I'm doing in my own business. And then I'm going to interview other people that can come in and help us. And I'm going to try to do like people with advertising experience or people with marketing experience. So it doesn't have to be in network marketing, but something that will work in network marketing, like affiliate marketing. That's the exact same thing as network marketing. So once you decide that, so now you've decided, what your show is going to be about. You've decided the name of your show, and now you know if it's going to be the style. Is it going to be, you as the star, or you're going to do a variety interviews? And then the fourth thing you need to decide is who is going to host your podcast. That means, like I'm doing Libsyn, and I highly recommend Libsyn for your podcast. And I don't think they offer affiliate programs. I can't find it if they do. But you can just go on Libsyn.com. It's Libsyn.com, and you can look at the pricing. You can get started with Libsyn for $5 a month. And then it depends on how many shows you're going to do a month. I mean, if you're like me and you're going to do 5 a week, then you're going to have to probably pay I think I'm paying $30 a month, 20 or 30. I don't know exactly, but so it depends on if you're just going to do 1 a week, then, you probably could start with the $5 a month and just get it up and running. But I highly recommend you start with a hosting provider that you can grow with. So don't just, because when I first started, I did free because I was like, look, I can't be spending money on this. I don't know how this is going to work. And so I just started with free. But then the more I researched it, the more I realized that I needed to be with a company like Libsyn that can help me grow and get to the point where I am monetizing my podcast. And I can do all that with Libsyn. So I'm not going to have to change in midstream and transfer everything over to another hosting company just because I'm wanting to grow. So think about that when you're doing it. But I'm sure there's a lot of hosting sites out there, but don't host it on your own website because it takes up a lot of your memory, a lot of bandwidth, and it's going to like crash your site. So you can still, Libsyn gives you the ability to still put your show on your website so people can still visit your website and listen to your show right off of your website. So then the fifth thing is just equipment. And you don't have to spend thousands of dollars on equipment. You just need to get a decent microphone for your computer. Very expensive. You can get it very cheap. And then I've got you can't see if you're listening, but I've got a little voice thing that goes on front of it that's going to hopefully reduce a lot of the breathing and that type of thing. A lot of the other sounds. So I've got that little thing and I got a stand. So altogether I probably spent maybe $200. So you don't have to go out and spend thousands of dollars on this. And I just use the free software. Well, no, I think I had to pay for it. Camtasia, if you have PC. If you have Mac, I think it's ScreenFlow maybe. But you can go out and you can just Google what type of software that you need to edit your podcast. But I just use Camtasia. That way I'm recording as I'm talking, video recording it, and I've got the audio as well. So then I just separate it out when I save it that way. That way I'm doing two things at the same time. So as I'm recording this for you on the podcast, I'm also recording it for my YouTube channel. And then I just edit both of them when I finish. And then when I'm done, I've got content for both channels. So then, okay, that covers equipment. So it's not a big deal. And then the last thing is where to get content to talk about, and that's just through Google search, a YouTube search. Google Trends is a great thing to use. Uber Suggest is a great thing to use. Ask the Public. Any of these things, you can go on and you can search whatever your topic is, like mine is network marketing or MLM. So I can go on and search that topic, and then it brings up the top questions that people are asking right now. That's why I'm so focused on how to make money in this, because that was one of the top questions in those searches that I did. Because like I said, I'm in the 60s now. I think this is 66 or 67 episodes that I've recorded, so you start running out of topics. So you can always do searches like that, though, to find new topics and to branch out. And then you can also change and start interviewing people, too, if you're doing being the star of your podcast yourself. So I hope that helps you, and hope you see how easy it is to get started. And Libsyn has tutorials on there to help you get everything set up and then help you get your feed sent to all the different channels, so you can get everything set up and start being heard. So start producing content today. You will not be sorry. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow.